Hello. So today I want to talk to you about Galen's Games Mint 10 Series 2 that is live now on Kickstarter. So some of you may remember a little bit ago, I covered Series 1 and it was 4 games and they all play 1 to 2 players. They all fit in the Mint 10, so they are super portable, which is great because you can take them with you. You can always have one with you. And I love a game that has a solo option, and all of these have a solo option, which is fantastic. So in Series 2, first up, there are 2 expansions. So for Dice Clash and Dice Clash and Monster Mashup, I thought I was going to mix up the names. There are expansions. So if you want more variability, more cards, more doctors, more monsters, more things like that to just shake it up, and the fun new arena modes, these are expansions for games in Series 1. So these are great to give you even more of an experience. And yes, both of the expansions can be played 2-player or solo. Then there's going to be 4 games in Series 2. I've only tried 2 of them so far, but I really want to try the other 2. So first up, we have Kickabout. And this is a game 1 to 2 players, and the automas are super simple to run. In this game, you are either playing as the attacker or the defender in soccer, and you have these cards, and each of you are flipping them out. And when they match, that's great because you successfully blocked the attacker. If they don't match, that means that the attacker was able to pass successfully, and then they're trying to get to where they can get a shot on goal. And the way that you play your cards is going to matter because the numbers are going to give you different amounts of dice that you get to roll to try and score a goal, and are going to give you more values that will work for you. So there's kind of these mind games going on too, that you know the cards you have and you know the cards your opponent has, and you're trying to figure out how would they want to start this out, because it may make sense to start out with a 1 because then later on you have better cards. But if your opponent knows that, it's going to be really easy to match you and stop you and going to be trickier. There's also an advanced mode, and then there's special one-time abilities that you can get that are going to give you some really interesting powers so that you can try and get 2 goals first. So that's Kickabout. But the one I am loving is Hard Drive. This is a game where you are racing through an ever-changing map. Again, 1 to 2 players, and the Atoma just has a decision tree, which makes it really nice. So there will be, this is the start, finish, and checkpoint card, and it is double-sided. So you're going to lay out this map. I'm only going to lay out part of it so you can see it. And it is, my bad, double-sided. So it looks like this. So you have this track, and you're each going to decide where you're starting. And these are all prototype pieces. So just know these are not like the nice PVC cards that the games come with when they're finished. So you may decide where you're starting, and cards have numbers on them. Each of the symbols means something. You get a great reference card. So like these pink ones, they are what are called logic gates, and they're impassable unless you have a way to get through them. And of course, there's ways to get through them. So you are trying to move through this map as quickly as possible. When you get to the end, and as people are moving along and there's now no one on these cards, these flip and go here so that it's kind of this, like, it almost reminds me of old school like Mario, because it's just, that constantly scrolling. So when you pass this line again, it will be the checkpoint, and then you keep going and it'll flip one more time, and then it's the finish line. And the person who gets the farthest past the finish line, once everyone's had the same number of turns, is going to be the winner. So on your turn, you have different dice that you get to roll that will allow you to move to different spaces because you're always moving forward. You can never move backwards in this game. There are different mods that you can take advantage of throughout the game. So for example, this one's called Auto Save, and it says if you would lose Overlock, discard this card and move forward 1 space instead. What the heck is Overlock? Great question. So each of the players has this card, and you have your overlock, which is either on or off. When it's on, you're moving faster. So that's a really good thing because this is a race game. So that mod says if you were to have to lose it and turn it off, that will prevent you from doing that. You also only have a certain amount of energy to start with, and that's what lets you manipulate the dice so that it's not just a pure luck game and based on what you roll. You can spend energy to change dice up or down 1. 1 loops to 6, 6 loops to 1. So you have that going on. You have this red dice is the overlock dice. You have things going on there. And then each game will also have 2 of these special powers available. They're double-sided, so there's 10 total, but there will only be 2 available in each game. So you can use those as well to try and outsmart your opponent. So some of the things are things that are going to benefit you to move you faster, and some of the things are going to be things you can play on your opponent to prevent them from moving faster. So obviously, being able to move up on this track is really, really helpful because that gives me more dice mitigation options, and different symbols on here allow me to do that. Having my overlock on lets me move faster. So there are these charge symbols, and they let you gain a charge, which this is your charge track. So that's great when you get those. This is your mod symbol. So that's when you land there, you can get a mod. And there are, like I said, quite a few in the game. Then you have your overlock, which would be this symbol. So that's where you would cycle your overlock on or off. So whatever position it's in, it goes to the opposite, which is why that could be helpful to use that mod. And then you'll see that there are different arrows, and they essentially tell you a direction that you can move. So it may give you an option to move something other than just forward. And there's ways to jump tracks and do things like that. So it's really cool because of the way that the cards are double-sided and because the way the track is moving, it's different. You can't just be like, oh, I know this is how I get through the track every time I play. And because you have so much going on, it's always really, really fun and gives you that race feel and that high energy. So that is Hard Drive. So of the 2 I have tried of Series 2, I'm loving both of them, but Hard Drive is edging ahead, and I can't wait to try the other 2 that are in Series 2. So go check this out. It is live now on Kickstarter. Like I said, this is from Galen Games, and this is their Mint 10 Series 2 games, plus 2 expansions for Series 1. So let me know, what were your favorite games from Series 1, and what games are you most looking forward to in Series 2? Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.